Welcome back, folks, to Tales of Equestria one-shots. What episode is this? Episode 4? Yes. I am your DM, Lord Lucan. Unfortunately, one of our fellow players had to work on Mother's Day, of all things. That's terrible. So, let's go ahead and get started with the players that are here. Flyman, tell me about yourself and tell me who you are playing.
A warm welcome to you, dear viewers and listeners. Flamian here for the 4th time, playing the role of Fairweather, the green and white Pegasus, wishing to become one of Equestria's best traders.
Athena, who are you playing as?
Well, I am playing Summer. Or Summer Breeze for the full name, a Kieran who has come down from their village in the mountains to learn more about friendship, to make connections with ponies, to build an effective network of communications, trade, and systems between the pony peoples and the Kieran to facilitate much more effective outcomes for both of them.
Excellent. So, players, what happened last time? Give me a recap of what happened in the previous episode.
On the previous episode, we were partaking in the tourney that was coming to town. But before that, we had a bit of a crisis of confidence with our head mayor of the school. The question was whether we could fully trust her to handle the crystals we had acquired earlier. And most of us stashed our crystals away, although I did relinquish a couple for her. Then we went on to the tourney, and we partook in several contests such as pie eating, caber tossing, and beach ball. We also had a bit of a confrontation with Tempest, whom Fairweather challenged at the classroom where Professor Sunburst was, for belittling our accomplishments and making Hoffenmouth cower in fear.
Anything else?
And
after that, it was on to the games, and we participated in a series of 4 games, ranging from the pie-eating contest, which had a surprising outcome with a tie between the previous victor, a Breezy, no less, and one of our party. And then we moved on to the caber and had fun there. We played a particularly interesting game of beach volleyball. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh, yes, and then we had the ice archery, which went just fine. In fact, one of the party did particularly well and got a special reward as the overall high score for the tournament day. Unfortunately, a little bit of curiosity resulted in Summer being stabbed by one of the arrows, and it had a powerful freezing effect, which leaves us to our current major predicament with Summer completely frozen in ice, waiting to be thawed by whatever means we come up with.
So the scene opens with Hoofenmouth being carried away by the crowd and cheers like, yay, woohoo, woohoo. She's carrying a ancient, ice bow, in which she won the tourney's grand prize. The camera shifts over to Fairweather and Summer Breeze, who's watching the Hippogriffin being carried off by the crowd. What do you two do as you guys are like, getting stuck? Summer Breeze is currently in a block of ice, and Fairweather is currently like dousing the block of ice with crevasse, right?
Using the decanter that was given to me as a prize for successful winning of the game of beach ball, and currently trying to make good use of it by speaking the command word fountain to try and thaw the ice surrounding Summer Breeze little by little. We don't want to overdo it by shooting the thing with fireballs. Besides, I don't think any of us could summon a fireball at the moment. That is, unless we can enrage Summer Breeze in some manner, but I'd rather not have. I would rather not result into drastic measures.
Maybe you wouldn't. Summer Breeze is trying to get angry right now.
Oh, are you?
Oh,
Tell
yes.
me what Summer Breeze is doing, which is currently in a block of ice.
Oh,
What do you do, Summer Breeze?
on the edge of panic, not being able to
There is
do
a
much
fire.
of anything.
Yeah, being Fairweather had created, or Huffenmouth had created a fire next to it to help warm it before she got carried off by the crowd. What are you doing, Summer Breeze, as you are currently frozen?
Getting worked up. Like I say, it's a bad situation. So there's, can't breathe, at least not easily through ice. And so this is resulting in, rising panic situation. There's a definite desire to be free and to be able to move again.
Oh, yes.
And, we're not really trying to hold it back at this point. There's a logical reason to be on fire effectively right now to free oneself. So,
Makes
unless
logical
I have
sense to me.
just basically at this point trying letting the Nurek take over.
Excellent.
Take over.
Yeah. Tell me what happens as you burst into flame, correct? I think I need a mind check, don't I?
I thought
Is there a mind
maybe.
check?
I don't. Depends on how you're running this. I'm never quite sure, but I'm happy to make a mind check.
Oh, no, it's to come back. It's to come back. Yes, okay. So you automatically turn into Super Saiyan. Tell me how this works. What's the effects?
Well, the effects would be that as this gets going, we begin to see the Kieran, Summer inside changing color a little bit, and the blue flames begin to lick out of the edges around, and you can just see them trying to spark out, but of course they're still locked within the frozen framework. But the ice begins to melt from the inside. It looks almost like a glacial stream as you see the water running out from the edges of the ice, and cracks begin to form and through the fissures, little streams run. Steam is coming off significantly from all points along the entire frozen surface.
Excellent. With your combined work, you guys both are able to crack the ice. However, you are only halfway unfrozen, Summer Breeze, as the ice clings to you. During this time, right, people are like, oh my god! It's in a block of ice, but are on fire. They're like running around, trying to like, do we douse them? Do we freeze them? Like, there's like a what do we do? What do we do? So I need Summer Breeze to give me a mind check to not lose her patience, or not lose patience on the nearest.
All right, let's see. I think, yeah, it should be D8 right now.
DC is half your dice as a
So
be DC 4 if you got a 8. Yep.
Where's that dice roller? There it is. And there it goes.
Ooh. Okay, you lash out at somebody.
Ugh.
Who are you lashing out at? Give me a die 3. Roll a die 3. You see who you lash out at.
Oh, okay. I was actually thinking you'd lash out at Hoof and Mouth for abandoning me.
No, she's being carried away, unfortunately, by the crowd.
Yeah,
I think she's like,
her,
no,
anyway.
my friends! But everybody's like, bye!
All right, so D3 over 2.
So right to left, up, down. You've got 3 people. You've got Steel Runner, the Squire, and poor Fairweather. That's number 6. How are you doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4. As your flames grow hotter and hotter, you burn somebody. Need you to roll me a body check as you're thrashing about.
Okay.
It will be Haymaker right here.
Haymaker. Ooh.
She has a die 8 body defense. She dodges out of your flames and she's like, oh my god, be careful! You are currently like building yourself up, right? As you're just like waves and waves of heat are just emanating off you, right? And she backs up, right?
Yeah, bright blue flames everywhere at this point.
Yeah. What are you doing, Fairweather, as your companion is clearly going, I don't know, nuclear?
Well,
I mean, you're hosting
the
them
most
now, right? Or are you hosting the block off? What are you doing?
Well, I think at this point I would use the decanter and speak the word geezer.
Okay.
Because I get this funny feeling that this might require some water. I'm aiming it upwards so it rains down on all of us.
Okay, excellent. All right. Go ahead and roll me a mind check, Summer Breeze, as you continue to rage within yourself. There you go. With the combination of the trickling rain and everybody trying to help you, you finally get your emotions under control, right? As the ice is like melting off, right? Sloshing off, right?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Well, that's better. It is not fun to be frozen in ice. We'll not do that again. So everybody okay?
You see like someone like shying away from you, the Squire. Haymaker is kind of like rubbing her hoof of where she almost got scorched by you. She seems a bit concerned as she like stares at you.
Oh.
Steel Runner's kind of like shaking his head at you, kind of like, oh my gosh, there's always one in every tournament. He's clearly a night pony, and she is clearly a squire of sorts. And then you have Fairweather, who's currently hosing the area around you with rain. The fire is put out, and the ice is melted away.
That's good.
At this point, Fairweather commands the decanter to halt, and after that, approach the Squire Haymaker with a bit of dried apple and 2 bits and apologetic expression on the face with a sorry for any inconvenience we may have caused.
She says, is Summer Breeze a male, right? Summer Breeze is male, correct?
I actually hadn't thought too much about it.
Male or female?
It seems that
Or they.
may be the case. I mean, that's more or less what we seem to have been running with.
So I don't know if it's been set in stone, though. What would you like to be addressed as?
I don't know. Let me roll really quick here.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. I'll figure out where that actually is. All right. Yeah, it's like male.
Okay. She seems to point at him and says, "Oh my gosh, why is he on fire? That's no normal
To be honest,
unicorn."
I don't know, but he means well. He's not a bad person. Well, I don't know, but rest assured, we mean you no harm.
She like blinks at you and go ahead and roll me a charm as she like try to convince her like, hey, we're just frozen, we got frozen with all Super Saiyan on everybody. You're done. Oh, it's a roll off. It's a tie. Reroll. Oh, okay. She's like, okay, yes, everything's fine. She takes your bits. And she says, accidents do happen. Such a strange unicorn. Clearly, so strange. She wanders off towards her mentor and knight. And they begin discussing the current events of the excitement that's just happened. What do you guys do as you are now free to travel around? You guys know that it's going to be an hour before the ice hockey begins and the small animal agility contest will be in the evening. So you have about a half hour to an hour to kill. What do you guys do during this time?
Well, I think this might be a good opportunity to see if this fair has any food stalls, merchandise, or any other such.
They do, yes.
Refreshments.
You see apple cider. See the apple family's cider out. You also see, hay dogs? Hay burgers? What else is there? All types of interesting and unique items. This is Ponyville, so it's definitely pony dominated in its dishes, right?
Well,
you also
I mean, cider sounds good.
Well, I think this calls for a jug of cider.
Excellent. It is. Give me a second here. It is 10 bits. Wow, they're charging high. They're charging high. 10 bits for their cider.
Maybe a good crop this year.
Yeah, money's for it. 10 bits for a jug.
Approximately, what is the volume of a jug?
It would be about approximately 1 gallon.
1 gallon.
Yes.
I
wonder why they're charging so much for it.
That's like 17 deciliters.
Ish.
Yeah,
it's not a barrel. It's not a barrel.
No, not a barrel. Yeah. It's like a. I actually had to learn how to.
How many ounces is that? That's a good question.
Do metric to English conversion.
Yeah, I am a child of metric system, so but I've actually had to learn some of the conversions because of some recipes in English do still have the imperial measurements.
B16.
It's really interesting doing science in the United States. You have to know both pretty well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I get the fair estimate, and well, I say we support our local producers. I'd
They
be happy
also
to
have
take.
Zap Apple Jam. Unfortunately, that's
Well,
super expensive.
I hear that Zap apples are
Zap
unique. It's
apples.
something
Yep. They also have
something
Zap Apple
Actually-
Jam.
that I've never had a chance to try. It's certainly something it doesn't exist in the village.
Interesting.
So I think I have to get one of those, whatever it costs. Here.
So these are all already pre-ordered. They do have some in stock. It will require a charm in order to get some.
Well, I'll try it.
This stuff is expensive too. Oh, yep. Actually, you're a newcomer, and you actually get a free sample of Zap Apple Jam.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Like, oh, look, a new pony. Well, a new creature. You've never been here before, so they give you a free sample of Zap
Yes,
Apple.
the first one is always free.
Always. To get you hooked. They get you hooked. See how much they are. Let's see how much they are. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Super expensive.
Okay, well, I've had my sample, so
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need any more.
These are kind of already pre-ordered. Like, people have already bought them. They're kind of like
Right.
depositing like those, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, hello. And it's a rainbow jam, right? With all the colors of the rainbow. And all of it's already been bought up because of the market of new creatures. And you see like people like getting like cases out, and you see like Filthy Rich coming in with like a whole freaking cartload of it. And you see like over like 1,000 bits changing hands. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of transactions right here. But, you know, the first sample is always free. Are you interested in any free samples, Fairweather, or are you interested in buying some?
Actually,
It's super expensive.
I'm just happy to sample the cider I bought.
Okay. Go
I mean,
ahead,
it's-
roll me a charm, see if you get a free sample of Zap Apple. That's a good question. Are you guys staying together?
Of course.
You don't critically succeed, and you get everything at normal point. They don't give you. They're like, oh, you've already had some. You're a pony. You're a pony. Get out of here.
And let's see, make sure we do get our cider, and then we can head over to whatever else is going on here.
There are several plays that are happening right now. You see, what is it? Let's see here. Heartswarming reenactment or practice. They're also taking auditions for it as well.
Oh, really?
What else is going on? They've got several like school plays put on by the school and by the drama team here. What are they doing? It is called, well, that makes sense. A Night in Ponyville with a K-N-I-T, A Night in Ponyville play. Interesting.
Well, I would say this is as good time as any to sit a while on our hindquarters and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
If you'd like to, certainly welcome. I think those auditions sound really interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
We want to learn more about ponies and culture. Being involved in one of their most cherished traditions would be a great way to do that.
Of theater? Yes.
Well, a theater, and specifically a theater relating to heartswarming.
Yes, very much true. You get a brief, like a script, right? Like a sentence, like what part would you like to play? Would you like to have a main role, a side role, a backstage role? What type of role would you like?
I think I would like to try for a main role, and then if they want to put me somewhere else, that's fine too.
Main role. Go ahead
very
and roll
much
me a charm, right?
I have a big, luxurious mane. So.
What role are you trying to play? You can either play as give me a second here. There's an actual history here that I have to look up. If you open up your books,
Just trying to
right
think
here.
when I've seen it before and what the roles were.
you can either play Princess Platinum, Chancellor Puddinghead, Commander Hurricane. Those are the main roles of these Hearthwarming Eve play. It will be happening in the winter. But they're doing auditions for now.
Right.
Yeah. Which one would you like to try for? There's actual theater ponies here as well, who are actually pretty decent at this, by the way.
Well, I'm sure, and I don't necessarily expect to succeed and get the part, but we're going to try. We're going to have fun with it.
Yeah. Which one would you like to try out for?
Let's go with Princess Platinum, I guess. The horn thing will work well.
Yeah, that is true. It is true. Tell me a little bit about how you perform for the audience. There's currently like 2 show ponies, right? Named Main Event and Sassy Saddles.
Oh, interesting. We have to talk to them later. So I'm going to interpret the character in a little bit of an over-the-top and sort of haughty fashion, I think. We're going to, especially with the platinum in there, play up this sort of
unicorn,
wealthy aristocrat feel of things.
Excellent.
Oh, we are the superior race. We are the unicorns. We cannot bow before all those other that have been under our hooves. Those ponies that just dig in the dirt or fly around lost in the clouds. They are not worthy of us, and we must claim this land for ourselves.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a charm. See if you can win them over.
Sure.
It's not spectacular, right? But it is acceptable. You get like a few claps, right? A few like competitive claps, but it's not like a cheer or anything like that. It's like Ceci sounds like, we'll call you. Yeah.
One of those. Well, okay.
Yeah, we'll call you.
We'll call us.
Is there anybody else who would like to try out for like side roles or anything like that? Don't forget, there's more auditions besides the main events, but besides the main characters as well. Would anybody like to try out for those? Okay, so there's like background ponies. There's Star Swirl the Bearded. There's Clover the Clever, Smart Cookie, and then Private Pansy. Who would you like to try out for on the secondary roles?
Let's see. Private Pansy.
They do not have like the main focus, right? They're not the main focus of the characters, but they do have some very key roles. These side characters.
I'm a little surprised they're considered side characters.
Yep. Clover the Clever, Smart Cookie, Private Pansy.
Try for Star Swirl. That'd be fun.
You may try it for Star Swirl. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Go ahead and roll me well, tell me what you're doing for Star Swirl, the Bearded.
Star Swirl. Well, going to try for a few basic magical effects, just moving things around in typical unicorn fashion. And
we'll get an upgraded dice.
I might even take it literally, see if I can find some star-shaped objects and swirl them around. But we're
going to need 2 rolls from you, right? First off will be your magic talent, whatever magic you're using. And then the second one will be your charm. Your charm will be upgraded. Your magic will not. You're trying to put on a pyrotechnic show, or what are you trying to do? Tell me how you're trying to impress the judges as they're like sitting back and like, yes, see how this Karen plays a pony role. Yes, see this. Let's see this.
Oh, come now. It's a perfect approach for the feeling and the general concept of hearthwarming, bringing not just all ponies, but all peoples together in love and friendship. But so what I'm, going to do for that is I'm going to try and create an impressive kind of effect of, God, what are they called? A Wendigo. So I can see how cool that would look.
Ooh, let's see how this goes. Yes, so I'm going to need like a magic. Do you have like illusions or anything like that?
Not specifically.
Let's see what you got.
I really hadn't planned for this. This is just me trying to figure it out.
You got Fireball.
I do. Seems
That's
kind
a
of opposite of. I guess if I could do a blue flame fireball, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah. It's just kind of the natural color for this Kieran anyway.
Yeah.
So that was mind. Wanted me to roll for that.
So first thing I need is your magic, right? So go ahead and use either like Fireball or tell me what you're doing.
Okay. We will try for Fireball. We're going to do a blue flame one and try and make it look somewhat like a Wendigo.
Okay.
And swirl it around. So
perfect. Go ahead and roll me that one.
Okay.
And then you need to do your theater, your projection now. Go ahead.
All right. Oh. God, roll. I think it was.
It's your charm.
Right, charm. No, I was just trying to think if I was going to.
It is upgraded.
And charm got upgraded, right?
Yep.
That was.
There's a clap, right? There's a clap from the audience, and there's a bit of a cheer. They do enjoy the pyrotechnics, and they do enjoy the theater, and they're like, you see them like talking, it's like yes. What's your name, Kieran? What is your name?
My name is Summer Dream.
Interesting. They like write down their name and stuff like that, and they're like, well, thank you for your addition. I really appreciate that you came back.
Absolutely. This is very enjoyable. I appreciate your willingness to give me the opportunity here.
They say we will, of course, contact you. You can do a mind to get like a suggestion of what they're thinking.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You're not quite sure.
Oh, okay.
They're indecisive, right? They're indecisive. They want to see what else is going to be, right?
Yeah, we'll see if they get back to me. It'll be fun to find out.
Fairweather, what are you doing during this time?
Well, as I said, this might be a good idea to rest our hindquarters a bit. So Fairweather is most likely in the audience if there are any plays being played out immediately, or if not, then Fairweather has most likely found a quiet spot to enjoy the cider he purchased, along with some slices of dried apples, pears, and other fruits that can be dried up and stored as rations.
As you're like walking around, right, or sitting down, I need you to roll me a mind. Just see if you notice something important happening. Ooh. You do notice it. Interesting. You see what appears to be like this small hedgehog-like creature. He's got a white hair, a goofy-looking grin, and he's currently cloaked. He's running around the fair asking for someone. You hear like the last word of it, of who he's asking for. And something that you quickly realize is that you hear shadow, repeatedly. And then he like comes up to you, right? He says, "Hey, you right there. Hey, do you know Tempest Shadow?"
She was here a while ago. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason at all. This cloaked figure kind of has like this toothy grin, right? And he has blue eyes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm looking for her. Have you seen her?"
Yes, I have. And at this point, Fairweather steps up and grabs the creature before him by the shoulders and stares right into his eyes.
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you you look a little bit suspicious?
He says, "What? What are you talking about? I'm not suspicious."
Yes, you are.
Let's see here. He's going to attempt to lie to your character, as he is clearly suspicious. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this rolls off. He's like, no, this is how I normally dress. No, he's clearly lying.
Yeah, and I'm the
Archduke.
Yeah, and I'm the Archbishop of Canterlot. Now,
well, it's nice to meet you. Well, it's nice to meet you. Hey.
Yeah, well, now spit it out. What is it that you want out of Tempest Shadow?
I've got a gift to give her. It's a gift, a present, a message of sorts.
Really?
Yes.
And I don't suppose that something involves something explosive, troublemaking, and or otherwise troublesome?
Well, only, certain creatures. Not everyone. He kind of laughs at this and he's like, just those who get in the way.
At this point, Fairweather gestures towards the knight pony in charge of Ice Archery. Good sir, we got a troublemaker over here.
Oh my. So you're calling over Steel Runner, right?
Sir Steel Runner, would you kindly come over here for a moment, please?
He says, I haven't done anything wrong. What do you got? What you got on me, huh?
Just call it the preventative measures, pal. No offense, but anything involved with that particular pony cannot be up to anything good.
So this creature, right? It's right next to you, and you're currently holding on to him.
Yep.
Paste. There we go. He says, I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm just looking for someone. Steel Runner comes over and says, what seems to be the problem here?
This little creature was skulking around asking for Tempest Shadow, and this fellow appears to be somewhat of a troublemaking kind, so if you would kindly either escort him out of the fairground or have someone keep a close eye on it, I would really appreciate it, good sir. I have a feeling that if we allow this thing to run around freely, trouble may follow. The kind of trouble we don't want.
So Steel Runner kind of like frowns at this, and he's like, you realize that this is a fair, right? There's all types of strange creatures running around, including, like he looks over at the burning creature that was almost burned, his squire. And he's like, you realize that there's all types of creatures running around here that are kind of suspicious, right? We're kind of, this is supposed to be a happy day, a celebration of sorts,
Yes, but I would hate to have our celebration cut short by a nasty type of mischief that these creatures usually come up with. Not to mention, anyone asking specifically for Tempest Shadow is a potential troublemaker.
That's a good question.
And in a rather destructive fashion.
Okay, it's a die 8. I don't know who this Tempest Shadow figure is, and I don't know who this tiny creature is. Do you have anything else?
Well, nothing.
He's like,
nothing
if we're going to watch this guy, we're going to watch your friend as well. he says, "You see what I'm saying here, right?"
Yes, I understand
Okay.
perfectly good,
Just saying,
sir.
like,
I'm just a little concerned.
oh, what has he told you that is concerning? He's looking for someone. He like pulls
Yes,
this creature off to the side.
Yes, and last time I saw Tempest Shadow, the pony was handling some rather dangerous items of magical power that were questionable and scaring some of my friends and belittling me and my good friends.
So the tiny creature that you currently are holding says, "Yes, tell me more. Tell me more." Clearly, this creature wasn't even aware that Timus was dealing with dangerous items. He's like, yes, tell me more. What else is about Timus Shadow? Tell me more.
Yeah, I take a really glaring look at the creature, and I say, the last time I saw, Tempest Shadow was at the bottom of the Eastern Luna Ocean.
Roll me a charm. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, it's a roll off. Go ahead and roll off again. All right. It says, clearly you're not telling the truth. I will find her elsewhere. And he like looks to the knight and he says, "Tell him to let me go." And he like swats at you. He's like, "Tell him to let me go. I can look for whoever I want." Still Runner turns to you. He's like, do you want to arrest this individual?
Well,
is this a citizen's arrest? What is going on here? Tell me what your purpose is.
If you would you kindly detain this person under suspicion of disturbing a festive event?
I think Rubber's like, the creature's like, "I'm not disturbing anybody. I'm asking questions. And this one's the one that stopped me. And I need you both to roll off on one last charm to convince who's disturbing the peace. So one last charm." The knight looks at you and agrees with you. And he says, "All right, creature, come with me. There's no there's no reason for you to be disturbing the peace. Come with me. You will be detained for the event of the tourney." And he's like,
"We still remember your master trying to enslave us.
This is unfair. This is speciesism. This is speciesism." And you see the knight taking this creature off to the side, and you see them like currently like talking. He's like, "You can't leave until I can get the right authorities to interrogate you." And this creature's like, "I'm just here looking for someone." What do you do as like the knight and the creature, the cloaked quote unquote creature that you have no idea who it is, are talking?
Cha-ching!
Ka-ching. You're looking for a trade? Looking for monies? What are you trying to do?
I think I returned to mingling among the crowds and see if any of the any of the plays that we heard about are currently going on.
Night in Ponyville is currently going on right now.
Well, in that case,
halfway.
I'll join the audience.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a mind. You see if you can catch up. It's about halfway through. Nah, you don't get this play at all. You think that it might be a love triangle or something. Yeah. It's like, yes, it's the street. Street stable of desire. That's what you think it is. Street stable of desire. It's a terrible play. You're like, I don't get any of these. Who's this?
Well, maybe I'll try another play.
Well, it's about time to start the ice hockey match. Are you guys still interested in that? There are still other things that are happening.
Yes.
Okay. You guys travel off to the ice hockey.
Wait a minute. It was underwater ice hockey, right?
It is underwater ice hockey. As you step up to the ice, you notice a familiar character. You see like this underwater ice hockey arena, right? Everything's underwater. All under this thick sheet of ice. You see 4 other players like from across the way, and they're like confused, right? Like, how are we supposed to do this? And they like turn to you and like, are you guys the ref? Are you guys the ref?
Sorry,
Sure.
no.
The Earth Pony steps up first and he says, I am Captain Jack Spot Sprint.
Okay.
He says, this is my motley crew. This here is Silvermane. This here is Shadowrunner, and this is Blueberry. We're here to play some ice hockey, but I didn't realize that it would be, and like kind of like turns upside down. And it's like, I didn't realize that everything would be underwater.
Well, it does add an extra level of interest and challenge to the game.
So they like kind of like Jack Spot Sprint, kind of like squints at you and is like, what type of madness is this? What type of game are you guys playing?
You know,
Well,
this
in order to
is a
do
good
this one,
question.
you have to be able to swim, hold your breath, and not freeze at the same time as you play hockey not below you, not at your feet, but over your head.
Over your head? How do you play that?
Well, the puck floats. So once you manage to get a few breathing holes into the ice, if you place the puck in there, it'll simply sit flat against the ice, which is floating on the water. And then you can take your usual sticks and whack it back and forth underwater and try and move it to your opponent's goal, which, of course, is inverted, just like everything else, under the ice.
So there's a high potential of drowning.
There's a potential. There are plenty of holes to breathe from. They're actually part of the out-of-bounds area, of course. If the puck should happen to go into one of those holes, it will shoot out onto the top of the ice and have to be put back into play. But yeah, there are plenty of opportunities to get air. You just have to make sure you take them and don't push yourself too far. We'll definitely have someone watching to make sure that no one is having too much trouble.
Well, we've got the team. We've got 4. Who's your other players?
I guess we don't have enough players.
We certainly could find some.
You know, with the high risk of drowning, I don't think this is my forte, so to speak. I may have underestimated the requirements of this game.
To be a little more adventurous there.
Adventurous to me would be something more akin to flying next to a thundercloud, trying to navigate through that without getting hit by a lightning bolt while chasing a eagle
Well, that
or
also sounds exciting.
yes, but at least there you can at least outrun the or rise above the clouds. But in this area, I'm afraid this is out of my expertise. And sounds a little bit too dangerous in a wrong way to me.
What type of mad pony would design a game like this?
Somebody who had a bad case of old Coats disease, and somebody who would enjoy sitting on top of a tractor with a bullwhip cracking at it and shouting, "Yeehaw! Let's go, machine!"
I think that's when you hear, "Yeehaw! Let's go, machine!" Right? As the spirit of chaos appears before you. It's like, oh, a fun, exciting, dangerous game. Why not? This sounds most enlightening and entertaining.
Oh, it is. It is.
Unfortunately, you're down 2 players. What do you propose to do?
I don't know about Summer Breeze's reaction, but Fairweather is deadly afraid of that certain creature.
Well, Summer doesn't have much of a reaction one way or another, having not actually met Discord before, but being aware that this creature tended to show up around the school periodically.
Oh, yes, very much so. Yes, he does appear from time to time. And this is his mad game that he decided to play during the tourney. He says, well, I was expecting you guys to have a third player. And she was supposed to turn you all into magical beings that could survive underwater. But this is just terrible. This is what I'm going to do for you. And he's like, snaps his fingers and literally duplicates you.
Okay.
Says, you guys are absolutely terrible at this. Now there's 2 of you. You're twinsies.
Twinsies. Oh.
Twinsies. Oh. But that still doesn't stop the risk of dying, does it?
Well, that's part of the show.
So Discord is giving you an opportunity to play by literally duplicating you. An opportunity. This doesn't stop you from drowning, unfortunately. But he does give you the opportunity to play.
Oh no.
I'm running away.
Oh, you're running away? Okay. Fairweather runs away. Okay. All right. Here's a good question. Does your twin run away with you?
Yes. If it's a clone, then it should also have the same personality. And given that Fairweather is deadly afraid of destructive magic.
All right. For your clone, I need you to roll me a mind. Because this isn't necessarily you, right? Awesome. You guys run away together.
And we're down to 2 again.
And he's not listening. You see, like, Discord do, like, the pouty lips, like, And he's like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of this game.
Oh, I'm sure you could come up with something if you wanted to.
He's like, oh, I can come up with many games. Unfortunately, this one's a bust. Everybody has to volunteer to play.
Perhaps another day.
Another day, perhaps. I have more chaos to sow.
I would certainly encourage you to bring more chaos and entertainment for us when you have an opportunity to do so.
He, like, shivers a little, and he says, oh, I suspect there will be much chaos in your future.
I look forward to it. Bye.
He snaps his fingers and disappears. Jackspot, Sprint, Silvermane, Shadow, Running Shadow, and Blueberry all win by default. as you
Well, that's a
cannot
shame.
gather enough forces to challenge them in underwater hockey.
Oh, well.
You have a free hour. It's supposed to take an hour. You have a free hour. What are you guys doing? The tourney is still going live and strong. What are you guys doing?
Well, maybe I should see what else is going on. So we got some food. We did the play.
I need you both to roll me mind.
Okay.
Yep. As the tourney continues. Nice. Is that a crit? Both succeeded. Oh my god, that's a crit. Wait, it's a 6, right? It's just one mine. Yeah, it's just a 6. So that crit worked. You see what appears to be the creature that the knight detained, right? Wandering into the ever-free forest. Beside him is Tempest Shadow.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Oh. After them!
Do you shout that out loud?
No. But I am taking out my 3-foot pole and about my 50 feet of good hemp rope.
Excellent. So here's the question. Do you follow them?
Yes.
Excellent. What about you, Summer? Are you following them?
I'm not going to follow them exactly, but I'm going to figure out why a Pegasus is chasing after them.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Where are you going? Why are you heading toward the forest?
The ever-free
I saw
forest
two
is
troublemakers enter this place. And when two potential troublemakers who worked with an entity who wanted to enslave us head into a place that is full of dangerous things that can be used against us, I really start to get concerned.
You make it into the ever-free forest. Nobody's paying attention to you, right? You guys are everybody's enjoying the tourney, enjoying the celebrations and everything else. You notice that Tempest Shadow and the creature, who's currently cloaked, right, wander into the ever-free forest. I need you guys to both make a stealth check as you approach this log and attempt to overhear their... Would you like to spend a token of friendship?
Yes, this is too important a task to fail at the moment. I'm using one token.
Great. Excellent. Worth it. Worth it.
Oh, definitely.
Well, yeah, with that foreboding music.
You see this cloaked figure next to the broken horn unicorn. Give me a second here, guys. There might be a little bit of a... Oh, no. Chrome's crashing on me. Give me a second. Oh, my lord. Really? Yep, there it goes. There it goes.
I should probably update that now I think about it.
Here we go.
More friendship.
Okay. Well, you see Tempest Shadow and the creature right next to her. And he's saying, Tempest. And he like pulls out some like strawberry jam and he's like, I have gotten everything that I wanted. Tempest is like, yeah, you've always had a sweet tooth. He says, oh, Tempest, I guarantee you, if you listen to this guy, he can give you your horn back. And like Tempest Shadow like rolls her eyes and she says, I already know, I've already accepted that I've lost my magic. He's like, what if you can get it back? Tempest Shadow like eyeballs him, and she says, "Don't tease me like that, Grubber." He says, "Oh, this is no tease at all. This is no tease at all." He says, "Just wait here for a little bit. I guarantee you a prize." Just as he had offered me this jam. He's like, "Jam is nothing like magic, Grubber. You know this." He's like, I know, but a promise made is a promise kept, is it not?" And she like slowly like nods her head, and she's like, I do want my horn back." He's like, Good, yes. I need you guys to both roll me stealth check as you continue to listen to them.
Okay. Let's see.
Yep.
There it goes.
Yep. So who is this person? Who is this pony that you are suggesting that can restore my horn? He's like, "It's no pony at all. No, it's not a pony. It's something different. It's more of like a feeling, a sensation, something that you must believe in." And she's like, "So you're like saying that it's like something like friendship of magic or some crap like that?" He's like, No, this is more powerful. Friendship couldn't restore your horn, but this can." And she's like, "What? What could restore my horn?" He's like, I don't know. And she turns to leave, right? She turns to leave, and this Grubber, right? He says, wait, just wait, listen, just listen. And she's like, stops and turns around, and she's like, I what am I listening to? There's nothing here. I need you both to roll me a mind check to see in the shadows. Nope. Summer Breeze. You see one of them.
Oh, okay.
Overhearing this conversation, you see a dark figure watching. Right
Can you
here.
determine anything more about the figure?
It's shadows.
That's shadows. Okay.
You're fairly confident that's shadows. Fleming, you haven't seen it. You haven't noticed it. You're too focused on Tempest Shadow and Grubber currently and their conversation. And Grubber's like, hey, you have to listen. Just listen to it. And she like closes her eyes and she listens. And she's like, I don't hear anything, Grubber. Grubber's like, listen. I need you both to roll me mind once again. Excellent. Flamin, you now see the shadow as well. Summer Breeze, unfortunately, you don't see the others. A shadow, right, is clearly standing right next to Grubber. Flamin, Fairweather, and Summer Breeze, you can see the shadow, but Tempest Shadow can't see it. And she turns away. She's like, there's nothing that can restore my horn. Nothing can happen. I've already accepted this. Stop giving me false hope. And she turns, and Grubber's like, wait. And then that's when the shadow appears before her. Mm-hmm. And she like looks at it, and she's like, who are you? And like a spark, right, pops out of her broken horn. And the shadow's like, hello, Tempest Shadow. I am here on behalf of my master. I see that you lack a horn. Perhaps my master can fix that for you. I need you both to roll me mind one last time.
Okay. I don't mind.
Nope, you don't see him either. Excellent. The shadow's like standing there, and he's like, yes, I I can help you. My master can help you. And she like shakes her head and she says, no, I don't trust you one bit. And he's like, are you so certain? Is it something that you desire? Something that could possibly fix you, make you whole once again? And Tempest is like, and what could you possibly do? And the shadow like reaches into its like darkness and pulls out like a tip of a broken horn that is absolutely black, like pitch black. You both see it. He's like, my master makes promises and gifts. This is but an ounce of his power. And she like looks at it and she's like, what do you want? He's like, I just need you to believe and despair. And she like shakes her head and she's like, she seems to be very tempted at this moment. Are you guys going to do anything before I start rolling numbers to attempt to convince her?
Suppose we could disrupt things.
Well, you don't see stuff.
Not yet.
So,
I mean, you guys are whispering, right? You guys currently, you can interrupt the scene at any time. But once I start rolling numbers and numbers are dropped, that's what's going to happen. Are you guys going to do anything before I start rolling numbers?
Not yet.
Okay, excellent. Tempest Shadow has a downgrade dice because this is one of her desires. She's trying to resist the temptation.
Yeah. Burned trying it once before, though.
She backs away from the horn. Clearly the gift offered to her, and she's like, no, I've been offered this before. The shadow says, well, it is but a choice of yours. You don't have to make your decision now, Tempest Shadow. But in time, you will see. You will see. Grubber, like, opens up his jam, right? And out of this jar, right, there's, like, darkness seeping out of it. But it seems to be an endless supply of Zap Apple jam. And you see him, like, stick his hand into it and, like... He's like, I tell you, Tempest, this is some good stuff. And the shadow's, like, offering the horn. He's like, I have time, Tempest. Only you can make yourself whole. This is a promise, a first and foremost. Think about it. And, like, the shadow, like, nods and, like, departs. And Grubber's, like, eating his Zap Apple jam. He's like, oh, this is so good. Tempest, like, shakes her head at Grubber, and she says, why would you do that to me, Grubber? He's like, well, do what? He's like, remember what the Storm King did to me, what promises he made, and he betrayed me. What makes you think this is any different? And Grubber's like, well, I'm getting free Zap Apple jam out of this. And it's in this. And he, like, dumps it out, right? Dumps the Zap Apple out of it. And he's like, yes. And then you see it, like, refilling with darkness. And then, once again, becoming Zap Apple jam. He's like, I'm telling you, Tempest, this stuff is good. This is really, really good. Tempest, like, shakes her head and she says, I don't know, Grubber. I don't know. And Grubber's like, just think about it. Just think about it. You could be whole once again. And Grubber's going to tempt her. Ooh. Tempest has a downgrade.
Oh, yeah.
D12.
I am intervene.
Okay. How are you intervening?
I am charging headlong into that creature I met earlier with my pole, and I'm going to tackle him to the ground.
You're charging Grubber? Okay. He is caught unaware as you pop out from under from behind the wood stack, right? Go ahead and make your move because he is completely caught off guard.
May I make a flyby attack? Or rather, can I charge him with full-on flying attack?
Yes. And he has defense.
Just one moment. I need to check one thing.
Do you have multiple attacks? I don't think you do.
Well, I have the shock and I have the pole. So here is my fly.
Okay. You gotta roll me fly. Okay. It's nothing fancy.
And here is my body check.
Okay. And his body check. Oh, I think he bends down, right? As you fly over him, right? As he scoops up the as he scoops up the Zap Apple Jam, right? Would you like to do anything? Would you like to counter that?
Well, yes. I would like to use my 3-foot pole to smash that jar into pieces.
Okay. Well, is this a scuffle? Let's just say, are you still attacking?
Yes.
Because you clearly missed, and he's bent over picking up his Zap Apple that he dropped on the ground, right? So this is now initiative time, right? Summer Breeze, are you getting involved?
Well, I suppose I will emerge. I'm going to be a little more quiet, though, and I'm going to talk to Tempest, or Fizzle Pop Berry Twist, I guess, whichever name we're going with today.
Excellent. So we start with Grubber. Got a 6. Go ahead and roll initiative. Fairweather, what'd you get? Summer Breeze, what'd you get? And what's hers?
Initiative.
12. Oh, Tempest is struggling.
So I think
6.
The come on, there it goes.
Okay, a 5. Not bad. And descending. Fairweather, you're up first. Caught completely by surprise, Grubber looks at it where did this pony come from? You're not supposed to follow me.
Well, time to introduce Mr. Grubber to Taser McPain.
Excellent.
Jeez.
See what you got.
Okay, here is the body attack.
Okay.
And here is the shot.
Okay. He easily swats you aside, right? And he dodges out of the way of your scuffle. It is his turn. He says, "Think about it, Tempest," and he begins to run away into the ever-free forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. He's almost off the edge of the map. Summer Breeze, it is your turn.
So, who was that? And what's up with the shadows?
Let's see here. Go ahead and roll. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to Grubber, or are you talking to Tempest Shadow? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Tempest Shadow, although I suppose that Fairweather could respond as well, if they have an answer.
Tempest looks clearly shaken, right? At visibly shaken, right? Of her companion. Are you doing anything else, action-wise?
No, not really. At this point, I'm just trying to gather information to make a better decision.
Okay. Tempest. She replies to you and she says, I don't know who those shadows were, and that's my companion. That's my friend when I was working with the Storm King. That's Grubber.
Yeah.
Does she recover? No.
And certainly seems an interesting character. Right?
She seems visibly shaken by what has occurred. Fairweather, it is your turn before Grubber goes deeper into the ever-free forest. What do you do?
Well, I'm chasing after that
Excellent.
troublemaker. Manjiker.
So you're going to have probably one round, unless you're going to keep after him.
Yeah. Here is my fly check.
Excellent. You easily keep up with him. Yep. He's got short, stocky little legs, and he's just like, all right, and what you going to do? You're up to him? Now what?
I'm going to tackle him down.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a body check as you attempt to tackle him. You currently have him ensnared, right? He's like, He's still trying to get off the map, right?
You mangy little cur, I knew you were gonna betray us! Give me one good reason why I should not strangle you.
Jeez.
My Little Pony.
Violence is magic.
I think this is where like Grubber turns to you, right? And he's like got the jar in his hand and he like tries to smack you with his jar. Try to beat my 6. Oh. Take 6 points of stamina damage as he like literally whacks you with his jar.
Ow. That's a nasty jar.
Do you let him go?
No.
He's still squirming, right? He's still squirming. Anything else? Oh.
Shocking time.
Well, it's not your turn yet. It is currently Summer Breeze's turn.
So I'm going to comfort Tempest, and I'm going to ask whether she thinks it's worth costing her friend there.
Roll me a charm. Since she is clearly visibly shaken. Oh. Would you like to spend a token of friendship?
Oh, yes. It seems like a very, very good time to do that. Let's do this again.
Okay.
Dice just don't like me. Jeez.
She is currently downgraded right now. She seems like stunned at like all the events, right? That has been like proposed to her, right? She's just been offered to be made whole. Her friend's currently being attacked by Fairweather. She's currently like very indecisive, right? Of like what she should be doing right now, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to approach her?
Cautiously, yes.
Yeah.
If I could give her a hug, that would be great, but maybe a little go too far in her current shaken state.
Even in her shaken state, she's like, no hugs. No hugs. Tempest Shadow, does she snap out of it? No. Fairweather, it is your turn. Shocking time, right?
Yep. Time to introduce this little bastard to a world of pain.
Do it.
Of shocking.
See what you got.
Here's the body.
Okay.
And here's the shock.
Okay. Let's see here. He rolled a natural one. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do it. He takes, let's see here, 3 points, right? 3 points of shocking damage. You're like, so you're like holding him, right? You've got him in like this hoof hold, right? And you're just like, zzz. He's like, ah! He is stunned. That is his consequences for rolling a 1. Summer Breeze, it is your turn. You said you're approaching Tempest?
Yes.
Okay.
As I said, cautiously. Apparently no hugs are a thing, but
not with the 2.
Get her calm and conversational here is kind of the goal.
Okay.
Make it clear that friendship is being offered.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charm as you're trying to snap her out of whatever funk she's in.
Really should have improved my charm score.
She is currently downgraded. She's just like, I don't need your help. Why don't you go help your friend? He seems to be struggling against him.
I'm not sure that my friend is doing the right thing.
Tempest Shadow, is she out of her funk yet? Yes, there she goes. She like shakes her head, right? And she's like, what is going on? She seems to be like a cloudy haze, but her eyes like become focused and clear, right? Fairweather, it is your turn.
The creature is stunned, right?
For this turn, yes.
Okay,
On this
well,
turn he will be back.
I'm going to try and destroy that jar it has.
This is going to be a crit. You're going to need a crit on this, okay? Because it'd be like destroying your magical item, like your magical item. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I am.
It's almost impossible, but it's not impossible. Does that make sense?
We will not. This is the moment when we say we will not go quietly into that slavery again. Never again shall we bow to another tyrant. And with the power of 3 friendship tokens, I grab it, zap it, and smash it to the ground.
Excellent. You take it, you grab it, you smash it. I receive 1 token of darkness as you achieve this.
Yes, you do, but 1 less item of darkness to worry about.
Maybe.
It is true. There's an endless jar of Zap Apple. Grubber like screams, no! As it is his turn, he's like, what have you done? What have you done? That was my jar of Zap Apple. Endless Zap Apple. What have you done? Let's see here. Is he going to go crazy or is he going to fall in despair? We'll see what a die 10 does. If he rolls high, he's going to attack you. Yep. No, he falls into despair like, no! Oh, my Zap Apples! Why? Why did you do that? That was the one thing that I wanted in this world. Why would you do that? He begins crying and blubbering as you destroy his poor artifact. Summer Breeze, it is your turn.
Right. Well, since Tempest seems to be a little bit more rational at the moment, we can have a little dialogue. What happened, or at least what we saw, was that your white-haired friend there called you into the forest and made an offer about repairing your horn. You quite reasonably refused, given that what happened last time, according to the stories, didn't go so well. And what was really surprising about the whole thing was the dark creature of some sort that was also standing there and reinforcing the offer, talking about some dark master or other that would have the power to grant this gift, the same gift that was related to what your friend was consuming in large quantities. I don't know if that was healthy at all. Anyway, it seems like it's something we need to look into now at this point, especially if it's a dark force that has taken over the forest right here next to Ponyo.
Okay, go ahead and roll me charm. She is no longer downgraded. She says, you're right. She calls over to Fairweather and she says, you there. Grab Grubber and he's coming with us to the school. We need to go talk to Starlight Glimmer, the situation must be resolved quickly. She seems to be whatever had her mind clouded or whatever has cleared her senses, right? And she's like, yes, you are correct, Summer Breeze.
Yoink!
Yep, you take Grubber with you, who is currently in a my best apple jam. He's just blubbering away. You guys are currently out of combat as Grubber falls into despair of his poor item. Okay. Where do you guys go? Tempest Shadow, right? Looks at her old companion, right? And you get like a sense of like, not necessarily like disappointment, but maybe like, what would it be?
Well, I was thinking pity, but
no, pity's too strong a word. More disappointment. She doesn't feel empathy for him, because pity would be empathy, but more of disappointment. And she says, Grubber, I'm so disappointed in you.
She's disillusioned.
Yep.
Oh, and I'm tying that thing.
Yeah, Grubber allows you to get tied up as he is like currently bawling. Yep. What do you guys do? As Tempest Shadow suggests that you go to Starlight Glimmer and take Grubber with you.
Well, that's about the best suggestion in this case.
Excellent.
Might as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any good reason to wander further into the forest looking for things. I mean, get the best information back at the school. We'll follow Tempest.
Could literally go chasing after shadows in the Everfree forest.
We could, and there are so many of them that I think we would rapidly be overwhelmed.
You head to the principal's office. Let me clear this. With Grubber in tow. Starlight Glimmer is currently reading her book. And with her like hoofs propped up as she's like reading her book. How do you guys introduce yourself? And what are you guys saying? As like Tempest Shadow seems to have fallen into a silence of deep thought and contemplation.
Well, so we just returned.
Sorry to barge in unannounced, ma'am, but we have a situation.
She like puts down her book. I need you both to roll my mind.
Very good.
Summer Breeze. You quickly realize that this was the Advanced Potions and Ingredients book that she had checked out from the library previously.
Well, we figured they were planning to do something with all of those items we were bringing in. Still curious as to what the precise goal of the ice crystals is. I see they're still on the desk.
Yeah, and so is the potion, the Drake's Tears.
Interesting.
Drake's Tears, ice crystals, and a plant that she had named, but it eludes me of what she named it. But yes, you see the ingredients that are still on the things. Grubber is still crying and bawling in despair as you drag him into the office. Okay. Tempest Shadow is sitting back, right, trying to think and comprehend everything that's happened. She guards the exit, knowing that Grubber, knowing his grubby little self, will attempt to flee if given the opportunity. You present your prize. She like sets down the book and she's like, "What is going on here?"
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but
and when we were in there, we had actually followed Tempest in, and Grubber was apparently working with some shadow creatures to make a rather dark and foreboding sort of offer to Tempest in order to get her help with some unknown task. Specifically, they were attempting to offer the repair of the Horde once again. Tempest correctly refused. This white-haired creature was captured, and we wanted to let you know, as one of the people who would best be able to deal with whatever nefarious forces are gathering in the forest.
She like stares at you confused, and she's like, I thought you guys said you were going to the tourney.
We did that.
We were, but then this little troublemaker showed up
Oh.
to no good, trying to enslave us probably again. And then, well, consorting with nefarious shadows and Tempest doing the more honorable choice of rejection for the offer.
As you say that, I need you to roll me, both of you, perception.
That's
Okay.
mind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mine. Nope.
Yes, it's a wonderfully simple system.
What did you guys get? Roll me mind. As you both stare at Tempest, she tries to, she gives away something.
Thought we were looking at the teacher for the head bear.
But he gestured to Tempest Shadow, right?
Oh, okay. Sure.
And both, turn and look at her.
Hmm. So she was torn or uncertain of that decision?
Did you guys roll mind? Oh, Summer Breeze.
Yeah.
Summer
Well,
Breeze.
I rolled mine.
Yes, Summer Breeze. You quickly realized that she was definitely torn. This was not an easy decision for her. Had she have been a little bit weaker, she might have fallen. You return your attention back to Starlight Glimmer, and she's like, okay, what other than shadowy creature, what else have you brought me? This creature. And she says, Grubber, is it? I recognize you as one of the Storm King's creatures. She stares at him uncertain, Grubber's he broke my magical item. She's like, what
The
what
creature
magical
had
item are you
actually
talking about?
Yeah, you not only broke the Grubber's pot or jar, you broke his mind.
Well, I wouldn't call it a big loss. This creature had made a deal with those shadows for apparently something that resembled a jar of
Maybe, but
apple sauce or jam or something. Probably
maybe, but we're
exchange for
standing
his
here
soul.
in the school of friendship. We're solving our problems by being friendly, helping people. I don't know that we should be condemning this individual for past actions like this and not allowing...
Yeah, but dangerous magical items ought to be destroyed on the spot when the opportunity presents itself.
Yes?
Come eat.
Just a minute.
What are these big things to eat?
She says, what do you suggest?
Well, we're clearing out the room.
Well, all right.
Well, I would say, looking at the creature, turn it into stone.
She turns to you, Summer Breeze. What do you suggest?
Sorry, I missed that last bit.
Fairweather just suggested to turn Grubber into stone.
Oh, I think that is a very poor suggestion. I don't think that turning the creature to stone is going to improve matters. Indeed, getting its cooperation would probably be the best idea right now. Offering friendship and something of value, perhaps, that would get it to...
Aren't you forgetting the part about enslaving the entire pony race and working for a rather nefarious master and being a slave to its own base needs?
I'm very well aware of that, but recall that both of the other ponies in here have barred paths as well and have overcome them and become better people and are our friends and teachers. I don't think that we should negate that example, nor does freezing this individual remove the or improve our chances of getting useful information, which we desperately need right now to deal with this situation.
Starlight Glimmer turns to Tempest Shadow, and Tempest Shadow is like, let's see what she suggests. Die 12. Hi, she says. Stone. Oh, she says. Okay. She says, no, Grubber's important. He's become pathetic. Look at him, blubbering. He has still not stopped crying since his endless Zap Apple jar has been smashed. So Starlight Glimmer says, turn him to stone? Don't turn him to stone. What do you guys want? What should we do with this creature? He is. She like turns to Tempest Shadow. She's like, he has been consorting with dark, evil, malice creatures, and Tempest Shadow is like, she like shakes her head. She's like, I don't know what it was. It was all hazy. It was all very, very strange. Tempest Shadow like shakes her head. Clearly, like, still, like, fuzzy, right?
Yes, it appeared that the dark creature, whatever it may have been, was having some kind of effect on the mind of Tempest. Which is probably why you're still having some difficulty fully recollecting the event.
She says, it was a pony.
It was. Interesting.
It had a shape like a pony.
Did you see any details? Or did you describe the pony?
Let's see if she can. She says it was male. It was covered in shadows. It had red eyes. It was talking in my head.
Huh.
There was more than one. There was at least 3. Maybe 4.
So, dark ponies.
Grubber looked different, too. Magic. Grubber looked different as well.
Interesting.
Grubber looked so happy. So content. Everything was just so... She like shakes her head at this and is just like, it's just, I don't know. And like Starlight Glimmer's like, so that still leaves the question of like, what should we do with this creature? Who is this dark shadow? What do you bring to me? She's like, I can't look up a shadow.
No, you can't.
Let alone 3 or 4.
No, but would you kindly look over if there are any mentionings of beings that have tempted good, honest ponies down a dark path in the...
There's been many.
In the history.
Discord, Sombra, Storm King.
If we can overlook those that we can rule out.
Well, I don't know if we can rule those out necessarily. Remember, these ponies that we saw were talking about their master. We don't actually know who's pulling the strings in any way. It's entirely possible it could be some element of Sombra that has fled into the woods here and is now trying to build their strength again by creating an army of people dependent on their dark gifts. We don't know.
Tempest said, it offered me. He offered to restore my magic, my horn. And like Starlight Glimmer like blinks and she's like, I don't know how that would be. Are you saying that this creature like offers you what you want?
Well, that's certainly the way Grubber, I guess, was behaving. The jar was an unlimited jar of some kind of jam, as
Sap apple
Fairweather
jam.
mentioned, and it was something that Grubber seemed to find great delight in, was constantly consuming it, and the breaking of that jar seems to be more or less what has broken Grubber's mind at the moment. Why it's still sobbing.
Grubber is still on the ground, kind of like curled up in a fetal position. He's like, ah, took away everything I wanted.
So, yeah, it seems like giving them the thing they wanted most in life was the way to gain loyalty for whatever group or individual this is.
She says, ah, interesting. Well, perhaps I should stick Grubber into Tartarus. You'll be
No
safe
objection
there.
here.
As long as we can actually cover later or have some chance of reclaiming a functional discussion with Grubber, because we still do need information, and he represents the best resource we have at the moment.
I don't know.
What do you
Looks
suggest?
rather unreliable to me. Might as well get rid of him and throw away the key.
Unreliable, perhaps, but there really isn't any other resource. The only other encounters that we have or know of at the moment are what you and I and Tempest saw. Tempest's memory is vague, and we were not actually very close to the event. I suppose we could recover the jar or pieces of it and see if we can find out anything.
where's
from
this
that.
I'd
jar?
rather have nothing to do with such dangerous items.
Well, I think we would all like to avoid it, but it's coming to us. It's talking to people that we care about now. And so we don't really have the luxury of avoiding it.
Starlight Glimmer shifts uncomfortably as Fairweather mentions this.
Something wrong, miss?
She just says nothing. It's just that maybe I should message Twilight Sparkle and the council, see what they suggest to deal with this Grubber.
Very well. They have more experience with these things than we do.
Indeed. I do not think he's a threat right now, unless you think otherwise.
No,
I'd
I
still
don't.
consider him a threat.
What do you suggest then?
Maybe a few hours in a jail or a dungeon or two. Make him a
This
little
is a
more
school.
compliant.
This is a school of friendship. We don't have dungeons. You want to lock him in the closet?
A dark closet that has a rather slightly unpleasant smell and darkness all around. Sounds like
She nods and she says, "Oh, I will leave it into your two charges. Tempest, I have some more questions in regards to your encounter. If you can remember anything, please tell me." And she says, "I'm leaving Grubber in your two charges." And she gestures for Tempest to come and sit down in the chair.
Okay.
Says, "You are free to go."
Well, let's decide what to do with this poor soul then.
Okay. You step out into a long hallway. You have several options before you. You can turn him to stone. You can send him to Tartarus. You can lock him in the closet. What would you like to do? There are other things besides that. But these are the aforementioned decisions.
I want to go buy him some ice cream.
Wait a minute. I still have one of those ice crystals in my person.
Oh boy. Well, you could freeze him temporarily, I suppose. Though, I must say that is a pretty terrible thing to do to someone. Very unpleasant.
No less terrible than aiding somebody who's keen on enslaving us all.
Yes, but why do you insist on meeting pain with pain and inflicting unpleasant things on people as a response when there's no further threat from this individual? At least not at the moment.
Call it a hunch, but I'd say this person is far too dangerous to be kept on at large.
Also, if you do freeze them and turn them to ice, it will necessarily be temporary. Unless we find a freezer somewhere.
Don't forget you guys have other resources besides this, besides what you have available to you.
Yeah, that's why I basically wanted to go shopping and get something tasty and feed it to Grubber and see if we can break him out of this whatever dark place his mind is in a similar way as we did with Tempest.
What are you doing?
I think it'll take a lot more work, but...
What about you, Fairweather? Do you agree to those terms? Are you going to go shopping with Grubber?
No, I think I'll be taking... No, but I will agree that on Summer Breeze's idea that perhaps getting something from the local marketplace might be a good idea. But I am not comfortable with allowing this minion out of my sight or out of my immediate range. So I'm keeping a very short leash on this on Grubber.
How heavy is Grubber?
Not very heavy. He's probably, I don't know, a quarter of the size of a pony. He's short, tiny. He is big boned, though. He is strong, right? For a little guy.
He's
nowhere.
Could I levitate
he does eat jam out of the... he is big bone.
He's fat.
Currently, Grubber is all tied up. And so I just want to know if I could levitate and carry Grubber wherever we're going, essentially.
It'd be kind of like the size of a pony. It'd be like just like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe not then.
How about I take Grubber for a closet while you go and fetch something?
Well, I suppose I can live with a closet in the short term.
Yeah, I'll get the hot iron pokers ready.
No.
All right. So, Fairweather is going to stay with Grubber. Summer Breeze, what are you going to do?
I'm going to basically go and get some tasty things to eat.
Excellent. What tasty things are you getting?
Well, I was thinking about some ice cream, maybe a couple of hay burgers, some of those nice exotic fruits that we saw at the fair.
Okay. These are easily obtainable, especially at the fair. Are you getting anything in particular?
Are there any, really unusual fruits, I guess, would be?
No, not currently. Other than like the Zap Apple, that's pretty much like the most exotic stuff that's happening.
Sure, but that's already pre-sold, so.
Oh yeah,
and really stupidly expensive, so we're
super expensive.
not going to worry about that. So yeah, that's really what I was hoping to get. Just something tasty, friendly. Wish I could get some.
5 bits for all that. The 2 hay burgers and ice cream.
Okay, 5 bits. Maybe some fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About those. So maybe a few more bits worth of those.
Be apples, oranges. I was trying to think about pears. I'm trying to think what else is around Ponyville.
Well, I think apples and pears would do. Those seem to be the specialty fruits in the
carrots. Area. I know that they were raising carrots. But yeah, those are the common.
I would imagine that the most common type of fruit orchards are plentiful in this area.
Right, and those families are very specialized in growing those fruits, so they should be especially good. At least
Fairweather, that's when you realize the pet. You almost forgot about it, but you almost forgot about the pet contest. Are you going to the pet contest?
For the sake of
the
the safety of all equestrians, I must abandon it because right now I need to squeeze some information out of this
Excellent.
henchman.
Summer Breeze is out shopping. What are you doing?
I'm taking this grubber thingy to a closet with me.
Nice. Tell me what you're doing in the closet with Grub.
I'm gonna pick him up by the neck, and I'm giving it the meanest look I got, and saying,
Excellent.
"Now, you will listen. You're gonna tell me exactly who gave you that vase, that jar."
Roll me a charm. Grubber, what's your charm, Grubber? Okay, 19. It was a shadow pony. It was a shadow pony. Tears
Did it have a name?
No, he didn't tell me his name. He just gave me what I wanted.
I'm gonna grab him very close by the neck and whisper very calmly in its ear. Shadows are nothing but empty promises. If you want apples, you have to work for them. Nothing is free.
I don't know. That was pretty free. Tastes pretty good too. Hey. So you're a friend, right? We can work together, right? Hey, you want something? I can get it for you, okay? What is it that you want the most? We can work together. Yeah, let's work together. What's your name? My name's Grabber.
I'm gonna, at this point, Fairweather flicks up his shock ability.
Oh, okay. Tell me how much damage you're doing to him.
Nothing. I'm just showing it.
Okay. He flinches at this. He's like, "I'll get you whatever you want. Please, don't hurt me.
Shut
please.
up and listen. Your master tried to enslave us.
No.
And before that, the King of Chaos tried to make a mockery of what our land was. And before that, one of our own turned against us.
No.
Your master broke Tempest's horn, from what I've gathered. You tried to make us slaves. Tell me one good reason why I should not dunk you head first into the lake with waves on your legs.
No, he says, that's not true. That's not true. We're trying to free the ponies. We were trying to make them part of our empire, the Storm King's empire. And don't
anything regarding that monster is nothing but lies.
I was just
lies and deceit.
He just fed me. I promise you, he was just feeding me. I was just following orders.
So do they all say.
I mean, don't you?
Any last words?
Oh God! Please don't kill me! Oh gosh! He begins blubbering again as you're like, "No, I'll do anything. I'll get you whatever you want. Please don't kill me."
I'll flump him on the floor and then turn around and say, "You're not even worth it.
Okay.
You want to make something out of yourself? You work for it. Don't buy into other people's truths. Find your own. If you like that much apples, go learn how to grow an apple orchard. And if somebody tries to take it from you, punch them in the face till they move no more."
Excellent. Is this where you leave the room or shut the door?
No. At that point, I turn around and I turn back at the grubber. So, I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and I want honest answers to them. Understood?
Yes. What do we want? What do you want? I'll tell you anything.
I'll crouch on his level, and I grab
He's
his
currently prone on the
and I
ground.
grab him by the shoulders.
Yeah.
What is it that you want?
I want my Zap Apple Jam back.
That Zap Apple was nothing but lies. It would have kept you hungry for the rest of eternity.
I'm still
Well,
hungry.
I'll dig out some dried apples from my pouch.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in your mouth. Understood?
He opens
But if
his
you
mouth.
try and bite me, I'll zap you.
Okay.
I'll feed him
As you stick the apples in his mouth, it turns to ash.
that.
He's like,
You're not...
I believe that's when like Summer Breeze gets back, right? I assume Summer Breeze is like hurrying back with food.
Well, yes, I don't entirely trust Grubber to
Yep.
the situation. Fairweather has not shown a great deal of friendliness,
Compassion.
shall we say, toward our prisoner here.
Hey, it tried to enslave our entire race. There's very little reason to be compassionate about it.
He didn't. Storm King did. He was just helping. He was not a mastermind in any way. He was just a henchman.
And as you know, before, we have been working regularly with former Storm King servants, and you haven't really been that upset about it. So,
Actually, I have been rather confrontational with Tempest, haven't I?
yeah, but you didn't try to throw her in a closet and torture her.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he
because
hasn't
I
tortured him yet. And you're not there. You did not see him threaten him. So you weren't.
I know.
You didn't see that. You
I'm
just know
not-
that he's got
it's
animosity, right?
I didn't think this was in character conversation.
Right. Okay, this is all out of all out of right.
Okay. So, at the time of... I'll try the apple slice again.
I think this is where like Summer Breeze like opens the door, and you actually see like the apple as he's like trying to bite down on it, as it just like turns to ash in his mouth.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I am.
Hey, don't suppose you
be a
would happen to
hayburger?
have... would you kindly pass it to me?
Yeah, sure. I will levitate over a hayburger to Fairweather.
Excellent.
Thanks. Try this.
I'm so hungry. Yes, feed me. As you try to feed him the hay burger, it once again turns to ash in his mouth. And he's just like, please feed me.
That's going to be a problem.
You do realize what you've done to yourself.
I don't know. I just won my Zap Apple Jam.
You mean lies.
No, he gave what I wanted. He promised.
He gave you... That thing gave you nothing but lies and deception. Come on, haven't you actually ever played Shadow Puppets when you were a child, when you were a cub?
No, I was in the Storm King's army. They always picked on me, but I was smart. I was always the smart one.
Raised in the Storm King's army. Well, that explains some things, yeah. All right,
Well,
so
Look here. Does this closet bring about any shadows?
Oh yeah, it's a closet.
Okay, I'll try and mimic a shadow puppet form of an bird. See?
Excellent.
Bird.
I think that's like when you're like putting up the shadow puppet, right? And you're like moving it back and forth. I think that's like when the shadows like turn And you're not moving the puppets, right?
Uh,
And then they're like,
Weird.
you take the puppets away, right? And the puppets just stay there.
That's
that's not creepy.
troublesome.
Well, yes, I should say so. There's quite a lot of shadow magic still infesting this individual, or surrounding it at least. I don't know at the moment what.
You know, I think we should inform the headmistress of this.
Yes, why don't you go
Sorry,
do
the
that?
headmare.
I'll watch
Yeah,
Rubber for a minute.
Excellent.
yeah.
Fairweather, Summer Breeze, I need you both to make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Excellent. Who's going to go get the headmistress?
I am.
Excellent. The headmistress's door is currently closed, and from the doors you can hear Tempest Shadow and Starlight Glimmer clearly discussing something. And she's like, "What do you mean shadows?" And Tempest is like, "Yeah, they were shadows." And I think that's when we get like a screenshot of Summer Breeze, right? And right next to Summer Breeze, Glimmer's like, "There it is. Bring it to me. Bring it to me." And he like gestures. And Summer Breeze, I need you to roll me perception.
Yeah.
You see it. The broken jar.
Just floating or what?
Nope. Sitting in the corner in the shadows of the closet. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Oh.
Everybody say goodbye to the audience at home. Bye.
Farewell, audience. It was a pleasure.
Pray for our misbegotten souls.
playing.